Our breaking news coverage continues, and we do have former Surry County Sheriff Graham Atkinson on the phone to talk about the law enforcement investigation angle here. Sheriff, good morning to you.
Good morning.
First off, can we get your thoughts on what happened in Las Vegas?
It's an absolute tragedy. The first responders will be dealing with that for years. The families, the victims, the sheriffs, I understand, lost an officer and had another one shot. It's a tremendously sad day for our country.
If you could, talk about what is likely the game plan of the law enforcement at this point as they look at this investigation.
Well, the crisis is over in that the shooter is down. The best knowledge that I've seen is that he was by himself. The victims have been treated, so now things slow down. The crime scene has to be worked, and the investigation has to begin to determine if he was, in fact, a lone wolf or if he was part of an organization either affiliated or loosely tied to.
Atkinson, when you guys get these 911 calls, or we've heard those 911 calls all morning long, you can hear the panic in those deputies' voices. This is something that you guys really don't have much time to think about when you initially respond. You just go right in.
Well, that's why you train, and that's why you teach people. That's why you practice the response to those things. And they also have to be very cognizant of to make sure that this is not an ambush of some kind, that they're not walking into a second shooter, an IED, a booby trap, or that it's not a distraction to move all your resources to one place so that something else happens in another location.
And Sheriff, how does law enforcement begin to even piece together the how and the why of something like this?
Well, the Las Vegas Sheriff's Office is one of the best in the country. The FBI is assisted with that. They'll take it a piece at a time. Even though this is a tragic scene and it's a mass scene, it's still a crime scene, and you work it like you would any other. You take your time, you collect the evidence, you see what's there, and then you evaluate it and see where it leads you next.
Let's talk about that automatic weapon there. At this point, they're saying that they think it's some type of military-style weapon. Do you know anything about that?
I know what I've seen on the national news coverage. It does appear from the sound to be a fully automatic weapon. The question's going to be, how did he obtain that weapon, and how did he get it into a motel room in one of the most surveilled cities in the world?
And in this case, they're saying that the gunman that they shot and killed, 64 years old. How common is that? Because, you know, typically you don't see gunmen who do these kinds of mass shooting to be at that age.
No, you wouldn't think so, but we've learned over the last couple of years and several months that there's really no such thing as a typical person that's involved in this kind of thing. We don't know what his ideology was. We don't know what his purpose in doing this was, if he had any social or political purpose, or if he was just a madman. And
moving forward, what kind of answers do you think law enforcement will be looking to get?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Moving forward, what kind of answers do you think law enforcement will be looking to get?
They're going to want to find out if there anybody else that's associated with this crime. They want to talk to his roommate, I'm sure. She'll just be a treasure trove of information. They're going to want to find out if he had a motive, what it was, how long he'd been planning it, how much detail went into it, how he was able to do this. Did the weapons, from what we've heard, there's a number of weapons. Did they come in one at a time? Did they come in pieces and were assembled? And the big factor is going to be motive and accomplices.
Well, Sheriff, thank you so much. That is former Surry County Sheriff Graham Atkinson shedding some light on what is going on in Las Vegas. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Sure.